Golf today is graced with many personalities, but we have a rare gem who has grown from a regular amateur golfer to a superstar. Cameron Smith started off like any other golfer, from a humble beginning on the greens to standing tall amidst the sport's giants. Come along with us as we delve into the identity of Cameron Smith, exploring his beginnings, ascent to stardom, and extensive interactions with LIV Golf. Smith was born on the 18th of August 1993 in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. He had a healthy childhood with his family in one of Australia's largest and most rated cities. He grew up in the northern suburb of Bray Park under the care of his father, Des, his mother, Sharon, and his sister, Mel. One thing Smith has said has been constant over the years is his family. Unlike many others, Smith already had chosen a career path. At 2 years old, he would always hang out with his father at the Wantima Country Club, where he worked as a club captain. He had the full support of his parents to play golf and keep himself occupied through childhood. At large, their main concern was to keep him away from hanging around the neighborhood. In their words, they said, keep him from hanging around the skate parks and shopping malls. We guess it did pay off, considering how big of a player he is now. Smith became a national treasure at 16 years old when he began to represent his country far and wide the globe in various golf tournaments. He had his first international tournament at the Thunderbird Junior Invitational in Arizona, where he made a spectacular representation for Golf Australia. In 2011, Smith had his first significant win at the Australian Boys Amateur and followed through with more amateur wins at the Australian Amateur Stroke Play and the Victorian Junior Masters. Smith became more familiar with the skills and techniques of the game as he soon bagged a two-time medalist title at the Australian Amateur in 2013, where he won the tournament hands down. Smith enjoyed surfing through amateur golf as the centerpiece, and it was soon time to upgrade to the real world of golf, where real men teed the greens non-stop. At 20 years old, Smith turned professional and began playing on the PGA Tour of Australasia. Smith embarked on the professional ranking on the Asian Tour in 2014. He finished as one of the top 10 golfers in the tour 7 times and finally graced the year as 5th on the Order of Merit. The same year, Smith made an impressive finish at the 2014 CIMB Niaga Indonesian Masters as a runner-up on his second appearance in the tournament, and that was how he made it to the main tour, the PGA Tour. In the 2015 US Open, Smith happened to be part of the tournament after gaining recognition for his performance in the previous year. Smith displayed prowess spectacularly, tying 4th in the main event with Adam Scott and Brandon Grace, a South African golfer. Do you know this performance became a stepping stone for Smith's career? Yeah, Smith earned himself a special temporary membership for the rest of the 2015 PGA Tour season and made further progress on the PGA Tour, where he finished top 5 at the Chambers Bay in the 2015 US Open. Aside from the membership, he received an additional invitation to the 2016 Masters. How would you feel as a newbie in professional golf if you received an invitation to a highly reputable golf tournament like the Masters? Overly excited, right? You know a player is good when he earns more STM. That's the special temporary membership as a non-member to finish the year in the tour and still be among the top 125 on the money list, with an additional full PGA Tour card at just 22 years. 2 years after turning professional golfer. When a player is good, the ranking doesn't lie. But the same could not be boasted about the following year, as 2016 came with a lot of struggle. This struggle led him to finish 157th at the FedEx Cup, and in the same year, he lost his playing rights, which he was later able to obtain at the Web.com Tour Finals. No one knew what was in store for him, and obtaining his playing rights was not enough to redeem himself. Smith ended the year on a bad note. At the Emirates Australian Open, he was defeated at home by Jordan Spieth in a playoff. 2016 was recorded to be his first career failure. That could have ended the career of any strong player, but not Smith's. You know what they say about the end of the tunnel. Smith came with a new light in May 2017 when he earned his first professional win at the Zurich Classic of New Orleans in a partnership with Jonas Blixt, a Swedish player. They defeated Kevin Kisner and Scott Brown in a playoff after avoiding making bogeys in all 72 holes. After their win, the duo had something nice to share about each other. While Smith was admiring how the game played out, Jonas thinks Smith was all the support he could ever wish for. What a sweet bromance. It was pretty cool to knock the putt in for the win, said Smith. I guess it would have felt a little bit different if Jonas had done it for my first win. It felt like the longest I've ever hit. In reality, it was 3 feet. In the interview, Blixt added, "You support each other and it feels good to have someone to lean on. Having a great teammate like him, it's a walk in the park. What else could we have asked for than to see Smith teeing it again?" Unlike the previous year, Smith graced the FedEx Cup ranking as the 46th, from 157th to 46th. He surely was impressed with his comeback. The 2017-2018 PGA Tour season soon began with Smith tying 5th in the CIMB Classic in Malaysia and 3rd at the CJ Cup in South Korea. He maintained this progress even at the Emirates Australian Open, where he finished 4th and claimed his first single win in the Australian PGA Championship against Zurich in a playoff. In an interview after his win, his parents weren't present at his Zurich Classic win, but this is much more different now that he has his family around. "Neither my mom or dad were there for the win in New Orleans," Smith said. "To be able to win in front of them and in front of other family and friends, and then also winning in Queensland, makes it so much more special to me." You can already bet that Smith is family-oriented growing up, and having to do everything in one accord is a priority for him. Nothing Smith had came easy, as the next Australian PGA Championship was a challenging matchup. But he could defend his title, winning by 2 strokes ahead of Mark Leishman. In his statement, he did not see that coming and described his win as pretty special. "I'm lost for words. I'm hopeless at this," he said in a video posted on the European Tour's Twitter account. Smith continued his trendy success into the 2019 President's Cup in Melbourne, Australia. Smith won the Sunday singles against Justin Thomas, although eventually falling to Team USA 16-14. Just after his Melbourne win, Smith claimed his first solo success at the Sony Open in Hawaii. He had a challenging round of 70, but he managed to close 65, 66, 68 to catch longtime leader Brendan Steele, whom he defeated in a playoff. And at the 2020 Masters, Smith tied 2nd behind golf sensation Dustin Johnson, becoming the first golfer in all Masters history to shoot all 4 rounds in the 60s, 67, 68, 69, and 69. He was awarded a well-deserving career best major performance award. Smith has had consecutive years of mind-blowing performances. The 30-year-old golfer recorded another Zurich Classic in 2021, where he teamed up with Mark Leishman to defeat Carl Schwartzel and Louis Oosthuizen in a playoff. Smith hopped on the new season, winning the Tournament of Champions by shooting 34 under par, and, according to Tour history, no golfer has ever gone lower. The Australian achieved his 4th Tour victory in Hawaii and the Players' Championship as his 5th major title. We all know how much of a reviving force Smith has been in golf since he turned 2 and over the years in amateur and professional golf, hence the reason for his LIV Golf defection in August 2022. Smith was reportedly signed with over $100 million as the highest ranked in the world to join LIV Golf. That is definitely more than all his life earnings on the PGA Tour. Joining LIV Golf was his major highlight, but it came with unending consequences. First, he was denied access to local clubs where he used to do training, was denied participation in all PGA Tour events and special tournament, and lost his ranking OWGR. Despite facing severe backlash from his former tour, Smith made a classic performance at the LIV Golf Invitational Series in Chicago. The Mullet Man has stood out, shooting a 7 under 65, 3 shots better than any other player in the tour. In the 150th Open Championship, Smith shot a final round of 64 from 4 shots back to win. In less than a year of joining the breakaway circuit, Cam found out about the underground LIV PGA Tour merger that had been going on for about 3 months. He thought it was a joke when he heard the information, he said in a statement. I guess the first reaction was, I thought it was kind of a joke that had come out. He further added, I really know as much as you guys know, to be honest. I haven't been told much at all. I'm just taking it as it goes along. If anything comes up, I'll let you guys know. According to Smith, who has just recently joined the league and heard about this enormous change that will take place soon, he feels indifferent but still hopes for the best. He said, I'm very happy with where I'm at. I obviously made that decision for a few different reasons. It's too early to say yet with what's going on to go on here. It's going to be interesting to see how the next kind of few months, even year, plays out. We are as happy as Smith is, and over the years in his career, even in his worst phase, Smith is known for putting together his best. We are a witness to his career success, from being the son of a club captain to being a golf sensation. Smith will surely go down in history as an outstanding player, considering his achievement at 30 years. We hope golf continues to be more welcoming and he gets all his entitlement back and, of course, his ranking. Suppose you were captivated by the video exploring the world of Cam's life and his connection with LIV. In that case, you'll want to look at this other video delving into Brandel Chambly's life, his passionate journey within the world of golf, and his battle with LIV Golf.